AITA for requiring my sister to sign a legally binding contract before I loan her money. I, 42F, have a successful career and inherited a decent amount of money from my late husband. I'm nowhere close to being a millionaire, but it's enough so that, as long as I'm smart with the money, to only work because I want to by the time I hit 45. That's including any college expenses my 2 children may have in the future, so long as they go to a state college. Family knows that I have money, and while I don't mind giving a couple $100s here and there, because I know I most likely won't get it back, I draw the line at anything $400 plus. They know this, but that still doesn't stop them from trying, and I've always stayed firm on this. Well, once the pandemic, my BIL 35M lost his job, and my sister's 37F job have reduced her hours until further notice. 2 weeks ago, I got a call from my mother asking if I could come over. I had no problem with this and swung by the next day and found my sister already there, and I could tell she had been crying. Based on the title, you all know where this is going. So with me, her and both our parents there, my sister informed me that even though her job was expected to go back to regular work hours in early 2021, there was a rumor that they would also be downsizing. She wasn't sure if her job would be secure, and BL still hasn't found any luck in getting a new job yet. I knew what they wanted and tried to play dumb at first and offer to help find BIL and my sister jobs. My sister said that that was very generous of me and she would take the offer. But in the meantime, what they really needed was a loan. My sister asked for at least $40,000 to help with paying off their credit card, manage the mortgage, make payments towards their student loans again, and still have some money left over in case the worst happened. I was quick to tell them that they were asking a lot from me, that while I did have some money, I didn't just have $40,000 laying around to give out on a whim. I told them I'd have to check my finances and think about it. After 2 days, I started getting inquiring texts from my parents and sister and told them that I was busy this week and that I'd let them know over the weekend. I checked the numbers and it was cutting it a little close, but it was doable. However, I still didn't like the idea of just giving the money away without any reassurances that I'd get it back. I drew up a rough draft of a contact and emailed it to my sister, stating that I was willing to give her money after she signed the final draft and that the money would have to be given in 3 separate installments. My family was furious, said that as the older sister, it was my duty to look out for my sister in her time of need, and to make her sign a contract was offensive. I countered with that since my sister has never paid me back whenever I loaned her money since the day I married my husband. I think this was more than fair. Everyone is still angry with me, so I just wanted a more neutral perspective, AITA. Edit. Wow, stepped away for a couple of days. And I wanted to say thanks for the support. Also, I keep seeing a few of the same questions pop up, so I'm going to clarify, mention a couple of things. My sister and her husband can't get a loan from the bank, or at least not much, because their credit isn't the best right now. To my sister and BIL's credit, they did have some savings, but are burning through it since my BIL is currently out of work and my sister doesn't work enough hours right now. Also, they have kids. After I got married, my sister started making little jokes that compared to what my husband makes, what's a few couple dollars to family every now and then. Over years, I gave my sister at least $2,500 that she never paid back, and I just stopped counting after a while because it would get me upset. I just made it a habit to stop giving her money. Although I would still pay whenever we went out to restaurants, the movies, or the spa. Edit 2. Okay, had to step away again for personal stuff, and when I checked, I saw even more responses, all talking about how I would collect my money if my sister either refused or couldn't pay me back. I left that part out because I wanted to focus on just the idea of the contract itself, rather than the technicality part. As previously stated, I emailed my sister a rough draft of the contract and was planning on having it notarized so that it was official, but as collateral, I would ownership of her and my BIL cars if they couldn't pay. Hope that clears a few things up. Update. Thanks to all the wonderful and helpful comments. I won't lie, familial pressure guilt was getting to me a little because I realize how fortunate I am. I also wanted to apologize for downplaying my socioeconomic status. I just have been living beneath my means for so long, I sometimes forget how fortunate I truly am. I just wanted to show my children the importance of being financially responsible and rarely ever splurged. In the end, I contacted my sister and BIL for a sit-down. Public so they couldn't cause too much of a scene, but private enough so we could vaguely discuss sensitive information, plus there was the social distancing. I simply did a basic laid down of the situation. I told them that I needed them to hear everything I had to say first, and if they interrupted me, I would walk away and not lend them a cent. First, I told them that it is good to help family when you can, but couldn't give them $40,000. I'm able to offer them $3, 200 mo, for at least 6 months. I told them that I simply can't afford anymore without it affecting my kids and that I am a mother before I'm a sister or daughter. I also told them that I can't afford to bail them out every time they're in trouble, and that since the future is so uncertain, I may not always have the means to care for others. My money is going to have string attached, and if they didn't like it, they could go somewhere else. I made it clear that I wasn't doing this to be mean or controlling, but I want to help my sister help herself. The rules were: A. The money would be deposited in a new joint bank account with one authorized signer. B. My sister and BIL were going to meet with a financial advisor, which I would pay for. C. Since neither of them are working, it doesn't make sense to have 2 cars, so I expect them to sell one of them, and then our parents can let my sister or BIL use one of their cars when they need it. D. Before they can get the first payment, they will be having their meeting with the financial advisor, and I will be in the meeting just so I know they went. And I made it very clearly that this is the best that I could give them. They looked upset, but I told them that beggars can't be chooser. They said they'd think about it. I knew that my sister was going to cry to our parents, so I called them as soon as I got in the car and told them everything. I said I'm not changing my mind, and that if they feel my sister needs more than what I'm offering, they're more than happy to downsize and sell their own home, or take out money from their own retirement and SSI, since family helps family. If there's an update, I'll put here as an edit. Edit for info. I keep seeing this, so just so we're clear. The $3, 200 mo is going to be a gift, and I told them that. I don't expect to ever see that money again, but I'm never going to give my sister and BIL another cent after this, and I'm prepared to go no contact with her over this. I know my parents will never go no contact with me, because I'm their first choice when it comes to taking care of them when they get too old to take care of themselves. Edit for info. 2. Forgot to mention that I don't really want sister and BIL to sell one of the cars. It's just my way of putting pressure on BIL to get a job, any job. He has a master's and was making, I think, around $75,000 at minimum, and now he wants a job in the same field making the same amount or more. If we weren't in a pandemic and he didn't have so much debt, I'd understand him wanting to hold out for something better, but right now you gotta do what you gotta do.